Hey, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Six Shot, and this is Six Shot Gaming Channel, and today we're going over the need to knows to get going in Dragon Ball FighterZ. So let's get started. So the first need to know that we're discussing today is how to build meter. So there's a couple ways to build meter in this game. The first way is to move towards your opponent. Every single time you move towards your opponent, you will gain meter in this game. Keep in mind though that the meter building will stop when you're directly in front of your opponent. Also, another way to gain meter by movement is jumping towards your opponent, but the same thing applies. Once you're in front of your opponent, the meter building will stop. Another need to know to look out for is that you don't gain meter when you super dash towards your opponent. You can also gain meter by using the key charge mechanic by holding the light and key blast button. So moving on from there, the more traditional way you're going to be gaining meter in this game is by attacking your opponent. Every single successful attack landed on an opponent gains you meter. You also receive meter in this game by blocking and getting hit by attacks. Every single time you get hit by attack or block an attack, you will receive meter like so. So the next thing we're talking about is Super Dash, and this is a very hot topic in the Dragon Ball FighterZ community right now because a lot of people hate it. A lot of people think it's OP and cheap, and they really don't like this mechanic. They want something done about this mechanic. But right now, all I'm going to do is go over all your options you have when you're using it and all the options you have when you're going against it. So the best way for me to describe the Super Dash in this game is like a heat seeker homing missile that aims in directly on your opponent, and if you happen to hit, then you can start your combo off, and if it's blocked, it's safe. So it's not that much you could do about it. So yes, I just want to show examples real quick of it being 100% safe, like so. Not only is Super Dash safe, but you also have movement options after a block Super Dash. You can do a double jump after a block Super Dash, you could back dash, and you can also forward dash. And that's not all, folks. You can also attack after a block Super Dash. Even though it's the most unsafe option of them all, it still can catch people off guard. But there are some ways to beat the Super Dash in this game, and one of those ways is the anti-air universal launcher, the down heavy attack. The down heavy attack has some upper body and vulnerability. The Super Dash also loses to big hitbox normals attacks, or like in the example shown right now, projectile like normals like Frieza's heavy attack. And shown in this example is a Super Dash getting beaten out by a projectile special beam type move like Cell's Kamehameha Wave. But a well placed jump in a Super Dash will beat out a linear attack like such as this. But some characters like Goku has anti-air special moves, and Super Dash loses to supers. But what a Super Dash can cleanly beat is weak key blast attacks. If an opponent is trying to apply pressure by a key blast attack, punish him by Super Dashing. And a Super Dash will crush low to the ground hitting projectiles like Frieza's ball beam right here. So the next thing we're going over is health management, and when you're in danger, you gotta find an opportune time to make that switch and tag in your next character. So there's a couple ways to tag in Dragon Ball FighterZ. One of those ways is holding down the assist button when it's available, and your partner will automatically super dash into the game. There's also a quicker way to tag in, and you perform this by holding down the assist button and forward, and your partner will get in quicker. But you gotta be careful when making a wrong tag because you can be punished for it just like so. So here are some examples coming up for making a tag to your partner safely. You can tag in safely from an auto combo. At the end of your last hit from an auto combo, hold the tag button and you will make the tag. Once per combo, after connecting on a standing heavy or down heavy attack, hold the tag button and you will make a tag. During a level 1 super only, you can hold down the assist button and tag into the other person's super. This is called a DHC. You can also cancel your combos directly into your tag partner's super by doing a half circle forward motion forward and the tag button. You can also do this into your attack partner's super's level 3 by doing half circle motion backwards in the tag button. And the last way to tag your partner in is called the guard cancel. You perform this while you're blocking by pressing forward in the tag button, and for the course of 1 meter, you can perform this technique. So the next need to know thing we're going to discuss in this game is combos. This is probably everybody's most favorite thing to do in fighting games, but it's also very important because this is what you're going to get most of your damage from. This game in particular has an auto combo mechanic, and I know it's going to seem real tempting to beginners, but I'm going to show the differences between auto combos and manuals. You perform auto combos in the game by pressing either light, medium, or heavy attack button repeatedly, and each one will give you a different auto combo. But the meter gain on the auto combos isn't that great. Here's a manual combo that doesn't take much execution and gains you a little bit more meter. And here's a manual combo that requires a jump cancel. It gives you a full bar meter, and it puts the opponent in an OTG state. Here's a little tip. You can do the same combo as before, but instead of starting off with light attacks, you start with a down medium, you can get more damage. And some characters have OTG special moves that you can put into your combos to get the OTG state on your opponent. And here's a basic combo that you get off a down heavy attack that puts your opponent on the OTG state. And after doing the combo that puts your opponent in the OTG state, you can follow up with a special like so. Here's a manual combo that doesn't take much execution and gains you a little bit more meter. And here's a manual combo that requires a jump cancel. It gives you a full bar meter, and it puts the opponent in an OTG state. Here's a little tip. You can do the same combo as before, but instead of starting off with light attacks, you start with a down medium, you can get more damage. And some characters have OTG special moves that you can put into your combos to get the OTG state on your opponent. And here's a basic combo that you get off a down heavy attack that puts your opponent on the OTG state. And after doing the combo that puts your opponent in the OTG state, you can follow up with a special like so. So the next need to know that we're going over is team building and synergy. I know this is a Dragon Ball Z game, but just like any other tag game, you have to pick a team that makes sense. So when you pick your characters, you gotta ask yourself, does this team make sense? Do their tools complement each other when you're picking your characters? So example right here, I picked Teen Gohan, Adult Gohan, and Hit. They could be my favorite characters, but I gotta ask myself this question. Does this team make sense? Do their assists go well to each other? Do their special attacks go well to each other? Do they back each other up? All these things have to go in mind when making a team. One good example of team synergy is when you're doing your super and you tag into your partner's super. Is it going to hit? Because if it does hit, that's good synergy of building more damage as a team. Here's an example of bad team synergy, spending 3 bars a meter but only getting 2 bars worth of damage. Here's an example of bad team synergy in a combo, spending 2 bars worth of meter but only getting 1 bar worth of damage. You want to adjust your combos so you get the most damage for the meter that you use, just like so. Here's an example of bad team synergy, spending 3 bars a meter but only getting 2 bars worth of damage. Here's an example of bad team synergy in a combo, spending 2 bars worth of meter but only getting 1 bar worth of damage. You want to adjust your combos so you get the most damage for the meter that you use, just like so. There's also team synergy when using your assists in the matches. Your assist is there to help you out during the fight to gain advantage on your opponent. You don't want to throw your assists out random like that, because that's just a waste of assists, and you can use your assists in better ways. And here's some examples of that. You could use the assist to cover your approach while you're going at your opponent. You could use the assist after you open up your opponent to continue the combo. You could use your assist to cover you after you already made your approach to keep the pressure up on your opponent. You could use your assist during block strings to keep your pressure going to try to mix your opponent to get that hit as well. You can also use your assist on wake up situations like so to keep the pressure on your opponent as they wake up off the ground. If they don't block the assist though, you can get a combo off if your assist hits. You can also get creative during your combos by using assist to extend your combos and tackle more damage. Here are a few examples by using assist to extend your combos.
It is unwise to make me wait.
So now another need to know we gotta go over is what is our defensive options when we're under pressure in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Just like Marvel, Dragon Ball FighterZ is pretty chaotic and you could be locked down to pressure for long periods of time. So we need to go over, when you have a little bit of room, what can you do when there's a gap for you to get out of that pressure. One mechanic you could do by pressing back and the key blast button is to deflect. The deflect is universal to the whole cast and it takes one frame to start it to do. Some characters in this game has invincibility, special like moves like Vegeta, and the whole cast in Dragon Ball FighterZ has invincible startup level 3 supers. Here's another example of a special move having some invincibility beating out an attack. And here's an invincibility command normal that beats out an attack. There are some characters in this game that has to spend meter to gain invincibility on some of these special moves. Another defensive technique that gets you out of trouble is the vanish attack. You can also do a well-timed backdash when it's gaps under pressure to punish your opponent. But beware though, when you're in the corner, there's no room for you to backdash, so this would not work. And here's an example of while being pressured in the corner and using your invincibility on your moves to get out that pressure. So Dragon Ball FighterZ has a combat mechanic, and that mechanic is called Sparking. Sparking recovers blue health. It also gives you a damage buff depending on one of the 3 levels, and it also helps you extend combos. It also has some other secret properties that I'm about to show right now. So normally when you have your super dash block, there's a little bit of pushback that calls you a whiff normals. But when you're in Sparking mode, there is no such thing as this pushback, and you land right on top of your opponent. Also, normally it's impossible to jump cancel normals on block. You can only jump cancel normals on hit. It's a little bit of recovery in between if you doing a normal and you trying to jump. But in Sparking mode, it just erases all of that. In Sparking mode, you could jump cancel any normal anytime. And since you could jump cancel normals at any time while you're in Sparking mode, this causes some pretty good pressure situations to put your opponent in. Now let's talk about some end of the round stuff. When you use assist at the end of the round, normally you have a cooldown on your assist, but if you use it at the end of the round to kill off your opponent, there's no such cooldown. And if you need that one more hit to kill a character, sometimes it's good to do a vanish attack. It can catch people off guard. And a little extra need to know is to gain 1 Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball FighterZ, you need to do a combo that's 7 hits or more. Any combo less than 7 hits, you will not get a Dragon Ball. Alright guys, we at the end of the road, and this has been my Dragon Ball FighterZ Need to Know Tips and Tricks video. Hopefully I was able to learn something today that y'all didn't know before, and hopefully this video is very informational for y'all. If y'all enjoyed the content and y'all want to see more Dragon Ball FighterZ content from me or any game in general, please like and subscribe, and leave some comments in the comment section. I would like to talk to my audience. Alright, so have a good day. Peace.
I should be able to rest easy.
till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth.